Will you guys go back to China next season? Then they go back.
It's unclear. You know, a bit of a history. The NBA first played a game in China in 1979. Christian missionaries first brought the game to China in the 1890s. So I'd hate to see this relationship, basketball in China and then the NBA in China, end over this incident. But we're all resetting right now, so it's too early to say whether we're going to have games there in the future.
So nothing is off the table yet, but you're going to try to salvage the relationship.
Exactly, nothing is off the table yet, but we do need to reset with the Chinese government, and everybody has to establish what the rules of the road are going to be going forward.
Have you talked to Daryl Morey?
Yes, I have.
What do you guys talk about?
We've talked on a regular basis. I mean, making sure he's okay. That's the first thing I talk to him about, and just to make sure he's getting through this okay. He has a lot of pressure on him from hundreds of millions of people in China, but it's good to see he's getting great support in the United States.
What is your advice to him?
I didn't give him any particular advice. I think we all have to move on with our lives.
You all have to move on with their lives. Have you spoken to Donald Trump about this?
No, I haven't.
Is that something you guys would be interested in doing, or getting his advice?
I've talked to people in the administration about this, but I haven't talked to Donald Trump.
You know, Enes Kanter's been very, very vocal. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, I've talked to Enes Kanter several times.
What has he feeling? I know there's been a lot of animosity towards him and LeBron.
You know, I mean, same issue for Enes. I mean, it never got nearly the kind of attention that Daryl Morey's tweet is getting, but Enes has been speaking out about his political beliefs for a long time in this league. I mean, most of the things he's talking about, probably for most Americans, they're not all that familiar with his issues, but certainly that he's a Turkish citizen or was a Turkish citizen, and he's speaking about issues that are important to him and has been supported by the league in doing so.
If you guys could have done anything differently, sorry, let me back up. Do you guys think you handled the whole situation like to the best you could have?
In retrospect, I never think I handled anything the best we could have. Things were, changing, evolving so quickly. We were all over in China dealing sort of what felt at the moment that an issue that was getting global attention. We had two teams there that were on the ground. We were there to play games, and we made a decision that we would play our games and come home. And then once we got home, we'd have an opportunity to sort of take in all the information and reset and figure out the best thing to do. But it's hard. I would just say I'm someone who always has regrets. I mean, I think everything we do, we could do better in hindsight.
Would you do anything differently? If you could do it again?
It's not clear to me. I mean, I think it bothered me that in saying we regretted upsetting hundreds of millions of Chinese fans while at the same time supporting Daryl Morey's speech. It bothered me, I'd say, that was interpreted as an apology to the Chinese government. We certainly didn't apologize to the Chinese government. We supported Daryl from the get-go in terms of his ability to tweet. We also made clear that there were consequences from that speech, and I think that was no doubt frustrating to a lot of people in the NBA community because it was incredibly disruptive. But we accepted that. Daryl knew we accepted that. There was not much we could do about that. But I think it bothered me that somehow, even though I felt were holding the line in a way that many companies haven't been able to in China, meaning there was no discipline of our employee, there was never a suggestion that we weren't supporting him. In fact, I spoke out in favor of freedom of expression. Somehow there was a sense from some people that was the equivalent of kowtowing to the Chinese government. I certainly didn't see it that way, but people are entitled to their opinion.
People didn't even think that the NBA was doing enough, and I feel like you guys stated your opinion, freedom of speech and whatnot, and I guess if you were expecting like you guys to do more.
I understand it's an incredibly divisive issue, and it plays into a larger dynamic between the U.S. and China right now. We're in the middle of negotiating a trade agreement, and there's issues on both sides of the aisle in terms of the trade agreement, what issues should be addressed, and where the Trump administration stands on various tariffs. So it clearly, having been doing business in China for a long time, I think these are unusual times. So when this event happens, I think it ended up getting a lot more attention than it might have.
It's so much bigger than basketball. It's so much bigger.
No question.
And then last thing, have you spoken to David Stern, who laid a lot of this groundwork down. Like, how's he doing? How's he feeling?
Absolutely. I have talked to David Stern. He's still an advisor to the league. He's doing great personally, but also he and I had several conversations about this.
What is the next step for you guys? What is the next?
The season. It starts on Tuesday.
Hey.
Back to basketball.
Back to basketball. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And good luck going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.